Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Crafty Chemist Designs. I've just gone live. Let me share this to the group real quick. Let me know what you're doing this Sunday evening. Okay, I'm sharing it to the group. I think I've posted it there. Oh, my Facebook's kind of frozen. I hope I'm not frozen on here. So while I'm waiting for that, I just want to see how everybody's doing. How are you doing? Okay, I just went live on Instagram. If you're on, say hello. If you are watching the replay, say hashtag replay. I don't know why my Facebook is behaving so crazy. Hi, Diana. How are you? Did you get much snow yet? Okay, now I posted it to the group. I may have posted twice. I'm not sure. Hi, Mom. So today we are going to make this fun easel card. Easel cards are such an easy, fun fold card to make. So I wanted to show you how to do this. And I'm using this beautiful Sophisticated Sled die and stamp set. These are actually the stamps and dies that I'm using for my personal Christmas cards. You've had very little snow. Yeah, we've had none on the ground here either. Well, as some of you may know, I've been sick since Friday. Friday I was really, really sick. Felt a little better yesterday, and today I'm feeling better, but I'm going to just try and persevere through this. I am feeling better, so if I wasn't, I would cancel, but I am feeling better. Hi, Julie. So, like I said, I'm using this stamp set for my personal cards. So I'm really excited about it, and so I really wanted to use it and show you. So today I did spend some time working on my cards. A lot of my Passporter friends are showing me up and getting all of their cards done, and I'm still cutting out all of my pieces. But I did get all of my Passporter group card exchange cards ready using cards that I made from some paper pumpkin kits and some card kits. And then I had a few one sheet wonders that I posted about. So between all of those, I had enough cards to do my Passporter group. So those are all signed, sealed, stamped and ready to go in the mailbox. And then I spent some time cutting out pieces for my card. I still have a few more pieces to cut out, but I'm almost there. Hi, Dee. So today we're making this card, and like I said, we're using the Sophisticated Sled Bundle. And this is definitely a set that I recommend getting the whole bundle and not just the stamp set. I feel like you need the dies, and I'll show you why. Let me get these out of the way. Okay, so there is a sled, but there's also the sled that you can cut out. This piece does cut this out. So this does go around this stamp set. But if you include this middle piece, you also can cut it out of paper. These skates are cut out by this die, but you can see there's also just the skates die. And I don't think these cut out this shape. But what I did, and not here, but in the past, what I've done is I've cut this or stamped this, cut it out with this die, and then I just trimmed it around the top if you want to do that. But they've also got these little laces. Let me show you. I've got one created. Because I really feel you need to see how intricate these are. So here are the skates that you can cut out. And then look at how it's got the little shoelaces. So cute. And then there's a separate die for the blades. And here I made the blades gold, but you can make them silver or whatever. And then you can also make the wood sled. So, and here I've just used the die cuts. So you can see I've cut out the brown wood here for the sled, and then I use the red for the rails or whatever you would call that, using these two pieces here. There's also these this greenery and a wreath, and the wreath does have a stamp and a die cut, so you could put a wreath here. A lot of people have done the wreath, cut that out, and then hung the skates from that. And there's also this, I don't know what you would call this one, this like drop bouquet. You could also, stamp that and color that. And there's a die, where did it go? There's a die to cut that out. There's also a cute little cardinal. So, and then some nice sentiments. So what I like about this set is I feel it's got two nice sentiments for the inside of your card. I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter, or let's decorate the season with happiness. And then a couple that I think are appropriate for the outside or the inside too, but yay all the way, good tidings, let it snow. Okay, I didn't use the cardinal on this one, but I have used it on, I think, this other one. No, I did not use it on this one. Here's another one. This is very similar. This one I used the metallic enamel, stuff, and I did a YouTube on how to use this. It's my last, I think it's my last YouTube called Out of Your Comfort Zone. So, but it's very similar to, very similar to this one. So Okay, I really love this set. Like I said, it's going to be in my personal Christmas cards this year. Not, this design is not, but I'm using this set for my personal Christmas cards. Oh, resistance is futile, Julie. Although your cards are done, so I'd be okay with that. But I really love it. Yeah, that's true. Let's decorate the season with happiness would be really cute on a scrapbook layout. And actually, these would be good on a scrapbook layout. I could see like leaning this up against the corner of one of your pictures, you know, and this and the wreath. There is a lot of good things you can make from this. Okay, but I wanted to feature this easel card. One reason is because I wanted to use the set, but another reason is I did an easel card for my Halloween card with the potions, and I made a YouTube video about it, but I did not do a live with it. So I wanted to do this live also just to show you how to make these. But you can also go back and watch my YouTube on the potions and spells card. That one I did in a landscape view. So, okay, let's get started so that I'm not on super long today since I haven't been feeling well. Although I'm probably 80% right now. And I'm no longer nauseous, which is the best thing. Right now I still don't feel like I can eat, but I'm not nauseous. Okay, so the first thing we need is the base card, okay? And on this one, I used Lost Lagoon. Let's see, this is Lost Lagoon. But I am going to use, I think for this one, I think I'm going to use maybe I'll use Lost Lagoon again. I was going to try and use a little bit different paper here, but okay. So this paper is 11 inches and by 4 1/4. So it's kind of like you're doing a top fold card. Okay. So this will fit into an A2 size envelope, which really was the limit on my card making today because I need to get more envelopes. So I'm going to cut this 4 1/4, and then obviously it's by 11. Okay. And then let's cut this in fold this in half. And if you fold it in half, it's going to be along the 5 1/2 inch mark. Okay. Oh, I did that wrong. What the heck? Did I not cut that at 5 1/2? Oh no, it's not 5 1/2. Yeah, it should be 5 1/2. Oh, this is a 12-inch piece. That's why. I thought this was an 8 1/2 by 11 piece, but it's actually a 12-inch piece. Okay, so let's cut this. It looked like an 11-inch piece, but there we go. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, and let's use our bone folder to score it. I'm hoping it will stay a little bit flat for right now. Okay. Now on here you can see I cut this piece. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4. the white piece, 4 by 5 1/4, and I embossed it. You can use paper if you want, like if you just want to put decorative paper, or you can emboss it. So I'm going to emboss it. So let's cut the paper, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Now, to tell you the truth, at the time I made this sample, I had misplaced every single one of my embossing folders except this leaves one, because I was using it in, I think, that week's live or something. I don't remember, but this one was sitting out on my desk. All of my other embossing folders were misplaced, but I found them this weekend, or this week. So let's do some embossing. I am going to use this embossing folder. This is a close to my heart embossing folder, and I'm going to use it while I can through the end of the month. I think is when we're allowed to keep using our close to my heart products. And what I love about this one is that it is snow. It's like ombre snow. I also thought about using, there's a wood grain embossing folder that I do have, that I thought about using, but I think I'm going to use the snow one since it skates and such. Okay, so let's get out the embossing or the die cutting machine, an embossing machine. And I'm using my big kick because this embossing folder is too big for my little mini Stampin' Up cutter. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, you can see that there's a lot of, I hope you can see in here that there's a lot of snow, so to speak, up at the top, or bubbles. This would be cute for bubbles. Snow up at the top and less down at the bottom. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that and place this pretty close to the top. And let it, you know, go down. So let's run this through. Okay. Let me remove this stuff off my desk. And open this up. Oh, I love this one. Love, love, love this one. Okay, so here's the thing you want to think about is we are going to score the front of the card down the middle here. And I scored this first, the base first, and then I scored this piece because I was afraid to score basically both at the same time because it wouldn't go through enough. So let's do that. And what I did is I'm scoring it, I'll show you, I scored it at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Because remember, the card is 5 1/2. So 2 3/4 is halfway through. Okay. Okay, so let's get our scoring board out again. And you're only doing the top layer. Okay, so if your card is going to open up like this, you're only going to score this top piece, okay, at 2 3/4. Now, if you want, you can try and score them both together, but I at least like to get this one scored first so that you don't have to try and go all the way through both layers. Okay. And so you can see now I'm going to have to score this top one. And that's going to be about because I'm making it be about 1/8 of an inch on each side, so about 1/8 of an inch less than 2 3/4. So I'd say 2 1/8, 2 8, 3/8, 4, 2 5/8. But you can also just glue it down and then score it. Okay. But I'm going to score it at 2 5/8 if this will let me. Yeah, okay. And since I did have, this is considered the top of my embossing plate because it's the more densely packed set. I'm going to put it like that. Okay. Again, you could just fold that later, especially if you're concerned about it not being in the correct place. Okay. So this is 1/2 of the important part of the easel card is scoring this top layer. Okay, so let's put this down and then we'll work on this part. And I'm going to use glue, and the glue will give me a little bit of time to adjust the layer how I want it to be. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start from where the fold is and put it down. Okay. Make sure it's even all the way around. Okay, and then you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on top just to have it weigh it down a little bit. Okay, so now let's talk about this. Let's stamp the skates first. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I think I have, this piece is good enough. Let me get a block. I didn't bring a block. Is this wide enough? No. Okay, I brought this one. And I am using the Memento Tuxedo Black, which reminds me, I do have a resource page for this on my website, thecraftychemist.stampinup.net. So I've got all the supplies that I'm using. Okay, I dropped it on Facebook. I dropped it on Instagram. And I can't really make, I'll add it later on my YouTube page. Because while it's live, I can't really change it or add a comment. I don't know, I feel like my Memento ink needs to be re-inked. I've had this for a long time. I've had this from before I wasn't Stampin' Up. Actually, I think it was before I wasn't close to my heart, too. It's that old. There we go. And the good thing about this stamp is that you don't really need to do much with it, except cut it out. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off. Put this back. Get the die here. I think the size of paper that I have it on will fit on here. Yeah, okay. This is my mini cutter by Stampin' Up, which I love. You can see I use it a lot. Oh, I bought new plates. I should get them out. So it looks better on camera. I just use it on camera, but I've been using this a lot because my personal Christmas cards use, I mean, I'm cutting out so many dies. And you know me, normally I don't use washi tape to tape down my die cuts, but I am for this one because this is a pretty, these are pretty tight dies. I find the Stampin' Up dies are much tighter, which I actually really love because there's not as much white space around. So, okay, let's put this away. One little thing that I will add, which I did here, is I have a little silver metallic pen. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to use that. This is a Spectrum Noir pen. How wide is what, Julie? The white piece is 4 by 5 1/4. The Coastal or Lost Lagoon piece is 4 1/4 by 5, well, by 11. 4 1/4 by 11. I'm sorry, I didn't see when that comment came on because I was on YouTube trying to drop the link. Oh, this platform? This platform is 3 3/4. So it fits most dies. not all, but I find that I'm digging out my big kick less and less. Okay, so I'm just coloring in these blades to make them metallic. But you can color them gray or whatever. But like I said, what's really great about this stamp is that you don't have to do a lot. This would be good if you were doing a lot of cards, you know, for Christmas. You don't really have to do much. Okay, so we got this cut. I'll put this here. We need to cut another couple things. Here I've got two of these little leaf dies. This is probably close enough that I can. I got. I don't know if that's metallic from that pen. I don't want to get it on my card. I don't know if that pen was leaking. I'll have to go back and check that out. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to cut two of these. But before I do that, I want to decide about what I'm going to use for this, because what I wanted to do was show something different. For this one, I really used this paper because I wanted to use the leaf embossing folder since that was the only one that I had available. So I felt that this one with the leaves and that kind of made it match a little bit. And that paper is from this set. So it's this paper right here. This is the Winter Meadow. So it's this paper. This paper is so gorgeous. I wish you could see. And it's got this, like, it's a periwinkle color. And that is, I think blueberry bushel. Blueberry bushel, but so pretty. There's so many pretty papers in this collection. I'm going to make a scrapbook layout with this one. The trees are pretty. I thought about those. This one. This is what I used in my blog post, my recent blog post, about the tic-tac-toe. This is pretty. Okay, so that's all of these. But what I thought I'd use was, when I was going through my papers, I had some of these Nests of Winter paper, and there was this one that caught my eye. This one. I thought that looked like snow a little bit. Doesn't it look like snowy sky? And this color is, I think this one's Coastal Cabana. Okay, this is the Nest of Winter paper. I've only got a little bit left of this one, but here's one of the sheets. The wood grain. This one actually would be nice for the back of it. This one's nice. And the birds. The dies for the Nest of Winter set cut these birds out. And then this one. And those are the only three papers that I have left besides that one. Okay. And I chose the Lost Lagoon to go with the Coastal Cabana. Let's see if I can find the Coastal Cabana. Here we go, Coastal Cabana. Because if you look, and I don't know if I've posted this, but Stampin' Up has put together these what do you call them? Like colors that go together. And I looked up Coastal Cabana. I maybe will post this here. Okay, Coastal Cabana. Here's Coastal Cabana. And I looked it up and I said, okay, Coastal Cabana, Lost Lagoon, and Gray Granite. Those go together. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, and so that's for this piece here. Okay, and that piece is a tag. And that tag comes from this set from right here, which is the Greetings of the Season. I've used this so much. So you can see I cut it out from here. There's a magnetic mat come with the platform. This one, you mean the Stampin' Up platform? This one, no, and I don't know if there is a magnetic mat that goes with this one. The other one, that wasn't a magnetic mat, that was a magic mat. This is a magic mat, and I bought it at scrapbook.com. So it's not magnetic. Okay, so I'm going to cut this, and this, let's see, this piece is about, so I'm going to cut this about 3 by 4.5. And that should be big enough to cut that die out of. Okay, and while I have my cutting mat here, I'm also going to cut a piece of white, basic white, that I have here, because this paper, just the designer series paper, I didn't feel was enough to stand up to being, you know, an easel card. Especially because, you know, look at the back of it. That doesn't look very good. But that's not really the only reason why. It's because I just felt like it wouldn't stand up very good by itself. So I actually glued that to a piece of basic white. So let me cut this 3 by 4.5. Okay, while I have this out, we'll just go ahead and cut it. Okay. And then that will give it a little more strength. Oh, the mat. Oh, okay. You mean this. This here? No, I put those in there. I bought these off of Amazon. The Stampin' Up dies come in something like this. I'll show you. This is a new one I just got. My last order. They come in an envelope like this. And they come like this, stuck to this board. It's got like a sticky strip here. But I like to have them with my dies. So I bought those on Amazon. And you can look at Amazon and type in like 5x7 self-adhesive magnet sheets or something like that. Let me make sure they're 5x7. I'm pretty sure they're 5x7. Yeah, they're 5x7. And they fit perfectly in here. And it's stuck down because one side of it's sticky. They're not super strong, but you can see they're strong enough that it holds it in there. So I get these for all of the ones that have dies that go with it. It's worth it. And they weren't really that expensive. I mean, it's kind of stinks that you have to get a separate magnetic mat. I mean, you don't have to. You can use the envelopes and that. I'd rather have it open and with the dies that come with it, you know, that are with the stamps. So, okay. So here's one, the white. I think I can link on my Facebook group to both of those. I'll link the magnet sheets. And what else did I say I got from Amazon? I said something I got from Amazon. It'll come to me. I can link both if I'm allowed to. I think because the magnetic sheets, there's no competing product, so I think I can do that. Okay. Okay, let's put this back. So what you need is you're going to need something to put, you know, to stand up. So whenever you do your easel card, it's obviously something, you know, needs to be sticking up. You see how it sticks up over the top here. So in this case, I use this tag. In my potions one, I use the cauldron to stick up, or you can just use a rectangle, right? This could just be a rectangle. But it could be anything. The one thing that I would recommend is that it has a flat bottom. Like I probably wouldn't use this one. I mean, you could. This one you might be able to use because it does have a flat bottom. But you need something, because you need something to basically stick behind this piece, this footer piece that is going to hold your card up. Okay, so it's, oh well, I guess it doesn't have to be, because I don't have it all the way down. Your card base, as long as your card base is flat against that, you could, I guess, use any size you want here. If you're putting this all the way down, then you want it to be flat on the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is glue this on. Again, I'm just making this kind of double strength. Because cardstock is heavier than the designer series paper. I mean, because look how flimsy this, it's not, I don't want to say flimsy. Flimsy sounds bad, but I mean, you can see it's lighter than the cardstock is. So doing the double layer makes it a little bit, you know, more sturdy. And these line up really well because, especially because of this, the little bead design around the edges. So the glue will dry pretty fast. Okay. And now let's glue this guy down straight on here. I think I'm going to use my adhesive for this piece because of these thin strings. I don't want the glue to smush out and get everywhere. Which, I mean, if you're good at it, it probably won't. I'm not so great at it, so it might. Okay, so I'm going to put it, I'm going to kind of center it. Okay, now let's cut this. And the reason I wanted to wait is because I wanted to decide what color. And I think I'm going to do the Coastal Cabana. Or this is Lost Lagoon. I'm going to do the Lost Lagoon. I wanted to see how it looked. Now, that piece is about, let's measure this one. This is about, let's cut this 2 inches. And I did put 2 of these pieces down. Again, if you're using some other set for your easel card, you know, just cut out the pieces that you need for your easel card. But for this one, I'm going to use this. Okay. You could use something different. This is why I had thought about using that gray granite, because if you remember, that color matching sheet said gray granite goes nicely with these colors. Okay, I'm going to use my Picket tool to all of the Stampin' Up! Dies have these little punch out holes that allow you to remove this very easily. Look at that. That was a nice intricate die, and I didn't have to use my detail base. I've got like a metal detail base for a lot of my detail dies, but I don't need it for these. Okay, the last one. This center one is a hole, and then these ones are kind of just a punch out pieces. It helps loosen the paper from the die. This one is kind of fragile, so you want to not be rough, but it will come out. Okay. Let's put this back. Okay, now we are going to adhere this to our card base. With this one, with the piece that is going to stick up, we're going to adhere it, but we don't want it, we don't put any glue on this top part, okay? So part of it is going to obviously stick up, so you're going to avoid putting any glue there. So basically, I'm going to be putting glue from here down, about halfway, about halfway down. If you want, this is a time where you could use Stampin' Seal or something that is very strong if you don't think the glue is going to be enough. And then just center it the best you can onto the card. But obviously I'm leaving this top part right? With no glue up here. So make sure you don't have any glue up there. Okay. Okay, now we can add the little greenery. And I'm just going to glue these down. These are really small pieces. So what I did is I just kind of put some dots on some of these, especially in the towards the center. And then if you want, you could have some of the ends kind of stick up if you want it to be more three-dimensional. Just be kind of careful. You don't want too big of dots because you don't want it to goop out all over everything. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of put it right over like that. Now you could put, I could have put the skates above it, you know, on top if you want. I didn't want to do that because then if it's over 2 layers, it's kind of more, there's like a bump at the top where they overlap and then it kind of goes down. It's hard to glue it on there without having like a gap. So I like it underneath. Okay, so let's do the second one. You could just do 1 layer if you want. I like the I like the 2-layer look, and you can make this 2 different colors. That's what I'm doing on my personal Christmas cards. I'm doing 2 layers of green, one darker and one lighter. But on this one, I'm just using the same color. Okay. Okay. And I'm trying to make it so it's not like right on top of each other. So it does, you can see that it's 2-layered. Okay. Okay, we're not quite done with the top, but let's work on the inside. And so now you can see the second most important part of an easel card is that you have to have some kind of footing to hold the easel card up. Okay. And so here I've got this little cutout that I've stamped on. You can stamp an image. I've got this here, and that way with the sentiment there, somebody could stick this on their mantle and you would have, you know, the sentiment and the greeting, you know, on the top. And then here I would maybe write a little note and sign it. Okay. So let's do this one. I will use this to stamp here. It says, I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. This time I'll do maybe let's decorate the season with happiness. Just so we can, well, let's make sure it'll fit on that. So I'm going to use the same die. I think for this one I used again the greetings of the season dies here. And by the way, these dies fit the greetings of the seasons, but there's another one that it's called, I don't know, maybe greetings of the year or something. It's got general sentiments like happy birthday, thinking of you, and so on. And these dies fit that also. Okay, does this fit on here? Let's see. Yes, this will fit on there also. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stamp this. This is I haven't used this stamp yet, so let's hope it stamps well. So ink it up again with this tuxedo black Memento. Okay, nice. Okay, let's clean that off. I could also use a sentiment from in here from Greetings of the Season, but I wanted to use one from the Sophisticated Sled set. Okay, and now let's cut this one out. Oh, that would be really, really cute with a Christmas tree. Okay, so I expect you to make that, Julie, and post it. From what I remember, didn't Dee just say she got the tree, something with the trees? So I know you guys have the tree set. And I don't have a tree die. Okay, let's cut this out. I'm using this oval. I did use washi tape because I wanted to try and center as best I could the sentiment. I am one who likes to cut, stamp and then cut for that very reason. Okay. Now these dies with the Greetings of the Season are all meant to be tags. Okay, so you can see it does have all of these have a hole that ends up being cut out. So you can see what I did on this one is I put these gems there. So you couldn't tell. You see how this has got a hole there? Okay, and then this piece here, I did put a little piece underneath that, and it's a 1/2 inch by 4 inches, just to give it a little bit of color. I think I might use this. So let's do, I could do a 1/2 inch. The other option is to do the gray granite, because that was the 3rd color that they recommended that goes with this. But I don't want to cut up a whole sheet of gray granite just for a 1 inch, a 1/2 inch piece, right? You know? Okay, and then we need the inside piece, this one, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. Let's see, is this piece wide enough? Okay, yeah, this piece is wide enough. So this is for the inside. Make sure it's 4. Yes, it's 4. Did I put a liner in my sample card, or do you mean this piece here? I did. Okay, so let's put this down. If you meant something else, let me know what you meant by a liner. I'm going to center this on the inside. Okay, and then I kind of set this about where I want it. It depends on how much you want your card to stand up. Okay, if I wanted my card to stand up a lot, like especially if I had, like Julie was saying, trees, you could put this up higher. Like I could put this up here. And if I put it up here, then the card is going to be standing like this. You know, so I'm going to just put it around in here. So let's adhere this down. This 1/2 inch by 4 inches and put it like this. This one I'm going to put about here. Let's see. And this is about, where did I put it? Maybe about 1 1/8 inch up from the bottom. This one, it was more like a 1/2 inch up from the bottom. This one I'm putting up a little bit higher, and I'll show you how it can stand more. But here's the key. The key is that you need to put these up on some dimensionals. Okay, and that is so that there's a little bit of room for the card to kind of butt up against. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yes, I did put a liner in there. Anytime I have a colored card, anything besides white base, or maybe cream. If I have a cream base, I wouldn't. Maybe. But usually I put some kind of liner inside. Maybe a khaki one I wouldn't, but I think on the craft ones I just sent out, because craft, well, actually I think it was pecan pie, but it's very close to craft. I even on those I put a liner. Okay. Okay, and then you're just going to center this in here. Okay. And then I do have these to cover up that hole. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I really don't want this to be a tag. But if you're using a different die, obviously it doesn't have to be an oval like this. You can even just cut a rectangle. I don't know if this might not cover that. Yeah, I mean, it'll cover it. I just wasn't sure if you'd be able to see through it. But I thought these ones might look a little bit like snowdrops. And see, okay, here's what, I don't know if you can see that on here, but to me, this one, you can see the blue underneath here, and this one you can't. So they look different. I'm gonna use these white ones. That's what I was afraid of, that you'd be able to kind of see through that. These were the opal rounds. These ones are, I think, good. This is the earth tone shimmer gems. These ones are more opaque, so I don't think we'll be able to see the blue through that hole. There we go. That's just to kind of hide it, hide the little holes. If you don't have one that has holes, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, but I wanted to show you how this one stands up a little bit taller. You see how this one stands up a little bit taller because I put this back farther. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if we can compare. There we go. Okay, a couple last things. I am going to put some string here. And this one is, truthfully, I don't know what this one is because it came with one of my paper pumpkin kits. And I've been using it for ages. There is a blue twine with the Utterly Amazing. I have the Utterly Amazing paper. What did I do with it? Okay, here's the Utterly Amazing paper, and there is twine that's this color. This is an online exclusive. Oh, it's Utterly Adorable. Utterly Adorable. There's blue twine that goes with this that would look really nice with this. But like I said, I did not get it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half as best I can. And then take the side, the folded side, put it through the hole. If you have one, if you have a tag hole. If you don't, then you don't obviously have to do this. There we go. Okay, and then all we need to do is add this tighting. Here I put good tightings. I kind of wanted to try the Let It Snow, but I don't want to jinx us, right? Do we want to, should I do Let It Snow and jinx us? Or should I do good tidings? Let's see. Oh. Okay. For some reason that's not staying there very well. It feels like there's no adhesive on this. Or it's on there and it went through. Put another one down there. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you like this one because I was thinking it was looking too monotone. Too monotone. And I don't know what I did with, oh, the cap's still in there. Okay, did we vote on good tidings or Let It Snow? Well, you know what? I think because I've used all of the snow things that I should use the Let It Snow. Yeah, that's a good idea to put a dimensional under there. I'm going to do the Let It Snow. And we'll see. We'll go from there. If you guys get a blizzard tonight, I apologize. The girls never let me use this sentiment anymore because one time I made Let It Snow cards for us. They were really cute because it had like openings. It said Let It Snow real big on the card, and then it had openings where I could put their pictures, which I thought was really, really cute. But then we had a blizzard. I think that was when it was like Snowmageddon, and they blamed it on me. So I really am hesitant always to do the Let It Snow. But you know what? Megan is in Grand Cayman right now, so it's not going to be snowing on her. So what does she care? Okay, let it snow. But I'll send this to her tonight so she knows I did it. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put the dimensional under. I might need to do a mini dimensional. Because I don't think there's enough width there. Even though I didn't take off the backing. Okay. There we go. There, that should hold it better. Okay. So, let's see. I could either, this one I just hand cut. I don't know if there's a small, I've got this one, but I don't really want the hole there. The citrus blooms, let's see. I've got this one. This is, that might fit. Let's try this one. Let's see. This is from the Citrus Bloom set. I love this set too because it's got, this is one that I don't know if Vicky was on here where I was talking about how I double layered it. Actually, obviously I didn't realize there was two there because I've got this on here. This is what they look like, Diana, and you can see it's got sticky back here. And these it just sticks right on your thing. Okay, let's see if we can cut this out. And then, oh wow, then we should be done. I was gonna try and go fast tonight since I've been sick, but I don't know if I've been talking too much tonight. I didn't feel like it. The time has just flown by. Okay, let's see. I think that'll be perfect. Hopefully. I don't think I'll cut anything off. I did just kind of take the day easy. I didn't do much. Like I said, I cut out my, what am I doing? I cut out some of my pieces for my personal Christmas cards. And I addressed other cards. And I watched, I don't know why this is giving me a problem. I watched the new JonBenet Ramsey documentary. Has anybody watched that one? Do you have any, who are your thoughts on who killed her? I mean, so many people were said the brother. There we go. I don't know, the brother and the dad. And then to make a day of it, I just watched the Menendez brothers documentary. I finished right before my live. So I was on true crime documentaries today. Oh, that fit perfectly. Oh, I love it. I'm glad I went with this one. The citrus blooms. There's also a one that's a little bit bigger with the same kind of shape that I really love. That's kind of one of my go-to things here. Okay, now this one I did, I just glued it right down onto the base. And you want to make sure if you put it below the fold, if you're going to glue it down to the whole fold. I did not pop it up because I figured you already have a lot of layers going on here. You know, this is popped up. I didn't want to make it too thick to fit into the, you know, in the mail that we require extra postage. So nobody's watched the new JonBenet documentary? Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. And then I think we're done, right? That's everything. Okay, there we have it. Our little easel cards. And again, what makes this a special fun fold card, it's like, I think, the easiest fun fold card you can do because it's literally just one fold, right? Is just folding your front flap in half, right? So that you can pop it up. And then of course you need the you need this popped up on dimensionals so that this has some place to kind of stick behind. Okay. I love it with the snow. I really think you get the snow effect with the embossing folder. You've got the snow paper here. Again, this was from the Ness of Winter set. Really love it. Okay. Next week I am going to do a, I'm calling it a book binding card. I think that's what they call it. Here they are, with this Seasons of Elegance paper. This paper is beyond gorgeous. Guys, there's red, blue, and green paper. It is amazing. And what's great about these is that you can do really simple design because the paper is, you know, stands out. So this is called a book binding card because it looks like a book. So that's what I'm calling it. I don't know. We'll see. I used the sentiments from the greetings of the season. So this is next week. Book binding cards. Okay. So that is next week. I did drop the link for this resource that shows everything I used, although it does show everything for this this card. So it doesn't show the Ness of Winter paper, but you get the idea. Okay. And then next week, the bookbinding cards. I'm going a little card heavy this month because of, you know, Christmas cards. Everybody's looking for a Christmas card idea. So I'm doing pretty intense on the cards. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you here. And I will see you next week. Thanks for joining. Bye. Well, I know this is awkward. I don't know, but I can't stop it. It kind of has. There we go.